Well, there we are. We're at the ferry, one of 3 or 4, and so you know about getting on the ferry probably. You get on the ferry, you have a magical beer, and then you get off the ferry, and look at where we turn up. To the pride of Picton. There is no point going any further than this. Well, except for petrol. So we'll get some petrol. Well, the weather has turned mucky. Getting off at Picton, it's not good. But it is going to get better. So after a quick trip to Nelson, dry out the boots, back on the road, and look at this. Beautiful weather.
Hey, you guys.
Where you been?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're in Reefton.
Yeah, not much going on here. So I'm just going to carry on to Blackball.
Might see if I can get a pie.
Well, it was actually so busy in Reefton, I had to go to another town to get a pie.
I haven't stopped since Nelson, or since I spoke to those guys.
But I just got a coffee from a machine and it's actually really good.
This was only $300, so... Tastes like pie.
So we'll head up the hill to Blackball and see what's going on. This place has an interesting aroma of coal and whiskey.
But enough of the weather. So I'm at a pub that is named formerly the Blackball Hilton. This area is, a lot of the people around here are called coasters, and this is because this is where the bear coaster was invented in 1886, pride of New Zealand.
So after a quick snack at Blackball, we are heading to Punakaiki, which the lads are not that happy with the accommodation because it's so spacious, just so roomy.
Tyson fight that's coming up next week.
Tyson,
He's coming out of retirement, he's going to beat
chock hole.
George Foreman. So that's the big factory where they separate wheat bix from cornflakes.
So heading north from Punakaiki, we're hoping to get to Karamea and push forward right up to the top of the end of the road on the west coast. It will go no further. We will be at the end or beginning of the Heaphy track. So let's see what happens there.
You can see it. You can see it going like this, waving around. Whatever we do, we've got to get going before that truck. I don't want to have to pass that shit box again.
It's like it's dragging a bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sounds good. It does.
Pub's already open. I just saw a guy with a handle.
Puts a new meaning to dab dab what?
You can Google that on Urban Dictionary. Four Square Shop and the Chinese massage. This town's pretty loaded. Those directions led us down a newly formed road to some dude's bulldozer. This road gets a little narrow, but luckily there was no traffic, well, except for one car, and one of the guys just had to talk to them.
I'm glad we came up here.
The Tasman Wilderness Area. Yeehaw!
Are we at the beginning of the Heafy track? Just the campsite?
This is the starting of the steep incline up to the Denniston Plateau, where the old coal mine used to be. Really interesting. Check it out.
So these are the steps of this guy's place, which is that house, this shed. That's the leftovers of that shed.
The Africa Twin navigates the steep descent from Denniston and manages to get through the heavy roadworks. Oh my goodness, thank goodness for the big tyre and the good ground clearance. That's the sort of shit you need.
We're off to the Little Wanganui Street Race.
Now I've got to say, after how impressive the big Wanganui sign is, this one's a little... But we are here.
It's a pretty happening town. This is like...
Now this place is worth a rave. The food was great. I don't know about this one looks like spew. But the pie with the gravy and the peas, magical. But we had enough, we got to leave.
Oh, busting for a piss now. Shit.
Nothing to do with sore knees or legs, he's just unco.
There's more pea gravel than I remember.
So we've ridden up from Westport to Karamea. It's not much of a town there. I'm not even sure if we went through it, but we've come out to the beach. So, as you can see, the GS is not suitable for this sort of stuff. So, we'll get up here and have a look. What, you're going to do Aquaman and just walk into the ocean?
Well, the journey's coming to an end and we've got to start heading back to get to our ferry.
So we're at the Moonlight Hall. There's nothing going on. Lucky they're in a box. There it is.
Another navigational detour just to excite things, and then the river crossing that we almost didn't make it. Once we got back on the main road, it was pretty straight, but the heat just built and built, and it got to 37 degrees. It was unbearable. The wind was hot.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
We jump on the ferry for a very smooth sailing back into Wellington, and then we're heading north back up to the Waikato, another 600 k's. In total, nearly 2,600 k's in mileage. Good times.
Sorry, we didn't hear you. Yeah.
I said, you can almost have a poo. Yeah.